Hello, it's me, Silver the Wack, here on a Saturday afternoon. Yeah, it's 2:15 p.m. 16. Mm. Yeah. Today I don't really have um, much except for my little espresso. Uh, it's kind of overfilled. Can't capture it without me spilling it all over the keyboard. Yeah. I wanted a bit more liquid, but there's no sugar in this or whites. I just wanted a little bit of espresso coffee. That I could drink quickly. This is because it's strong, but not extremely strong, like when it's just a bunch of coffee. Like that doesn't taste good, does it? I finally found a way to use this to lighten up my face, because if I turn it off, then yeah, it's one of those that brightens up the more you touch the bottom of the thing. Like obviously I got it, or rather my brother got it for me from one of those websites, but yeah. My project is taking shape. Oh, I already got out the other roll. These are obviously cotton, yeah. But they are around 75, sorry, 75, 75, please stay there, because I need the label. Yeah. 75 grams. And the tutorial that I saw asked for, I think, 130 grams. So if I'm not mistaken, I have enough material to complete this project, and then I'll show it off. But the goal with this is to sell it, because it's really not my personal style. Not that I have a personal style, but it's not something that I would like wear unless I wanted to feel like someone else, which is something that I do, but in this case I'd rather try to sell this. And since I'm here, I'm gonna check with my phone. I'm gonna Google it. Right. Yeah, I checked the prices. They're going up for really good prices. The website that I normally use to sell my old stuff sells them for a bit cheaper, because yeah, it's kind of a second-hand website. It's vintage, so people expect things to be almost free, basically. So I'm not sure. I might try to put it up for sale for a reasonable price and see how it goes, because this isn't. I saw some there with a price tag that I wouldn't be unhappy with a lot more material and a lot tackier. It looked like a doily turned into a top. Yeah, it's meant to become a top. Let's see if I am able to complete that task. It's the first time I'm doing it. We'll see. Hopefully it'll go well. But yeah, just having my little coffee. Literally very little. I didn't even put that much. I'm gross, I'm sorry. let me pause and clean my hands. Sorry. Back. Yeah. Now it's time for my tea. When people ask me, "Oh, are you a coffee person or a tea person?" I'm like, both. This has some milk in it. Is it possible to show it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's Twinnings. It was on sale because it was quote unquote expired. Tea doesn't expire, especially not after a couple of days. In this case, I think it's been maybe 1 month since it quote unquote expired, so it's still as it was. Tea doesn't go bad. It's one of those things. It doesn't go bad unless obviously it gets wet and moldy. Then yeah, obviously it's bad and you should throw it in the bin. But in ideal conditions, if it's stored correctly, tea can last you for a couple of years after the expiration date that comes in the package, if it happens to be one of those teas with an expiration date. Like, for example, if you collect leaves and you leave them to dry and then you store them, and then you don't really know the expiration date for that, right? So you go off of the fact that it's still dry and free of mold. So yeah, that's it. Of course, the longer you leave it, the more time passes after you collect the leaves or after the expiration date. The tea may lose some of its flavor or some of its properties if it happens to be some kind of herb with properties, but in general it doesn't affect if it's safe to drink or not. I don't think there might be an exception to this rule. So to anyone listening to this, please take it with a grain of salt and do your research. depending on the tea that you're drinking. But for most teas, like, that's the rule of thumb. If it doesn't have mold, it's safe. It's a bit like honey. It's honey. People say that it doesn't go bad, which isn't a lie if it's preserved in ideal conditions. I remember that we had a pot of honey. Oh, this is already over 10 minutes. We had a pot of honey in the house, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's honey, it doesn't go bad." But yeah, it had gone sour, and maybe it was safe to consume, but it smelled weird, and it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. I couldn't use that. I don't know what happened. Maybe it caught moisture in it. Yeah, maybe it was moldy. I don't really know. It smelled a bit vinegary. Vinegary, is that a word? I don't know. So maybe it was not safe to consume, and my call to just toss it was good. Yeah. And to the person who subscribes, hey, thanks for being here. I don't do much aside from talk about crochet and knitting and drink hot drinks while sitting in my bed, because it's cold and it's not mine. This house is cold, so I have to be here if I don't want to feel cold. Maybe in the warmer months, and when the warmer days come, you'll get to see me at the desk, which is over there. It's ahead of me. For now, it's the bed. And yeah, I know that this content, if you want to call it that, is boring. I know I am ugly. I know I am uninteresting. That's why the descriptions of my videos emphasize that this is riveting content. Sarcastically, obviously. These are vlogs. In the old sense of the word vlog. It's just me turning on the camera and speaking to it as a form of therapy, maybe, as a way to use my voice, because I don't talk much in real life, because I have the autism and the ADHD. Yeah, I know it's very en vogue, I suppose, to say that you have this, that, and the other, but I have an actual diagnosis. I'm not an 18-year-old who did a Google search. I went to therapists, several of them. Currently, I've been abandoned, so to speak. My next appointment is in April, I think. We'll see how that goes. I take Ritalin and other medications. I also take vitamins because I have an eating disorder. Don't worry. Over the weekends, I normally eat at least 2 meals because I'm home and my mom really doesn't want me not to eat. Yeah, I am dependent. My level of autism isn't the extremely high functioning kind. In that respect, anyway. Though the eating disorder came from other things. Yeah, so let me just finish drinking this and I'll turn off the camera and try to finish this project. Maybe tomorrow I will have something to show off. I actually made something. The purple thing that I was making, it's there, wait. Ta-da! Yeah, I'd said that I was going to make a little lid, a lid for it, but I ended up not doing that because I might get a different back. But yeah, this is the back. This is the back. I tried to go for a bit of a detail right here. It didn't really work very well because I was working in the round and it was the first time that I was doing this pattern, so it kind of looks weird, but it gave a bit of a nice effect to the thing. Like, it has a nice shape. And then I did triple crochet, I think it's called, trebles, up here, and then 2 rounds of single crochet, and then I did the little handle. I didn't go for a big handle because I didn't think it was necessary. It's kind of bigger than my mug is this awkward thing that I don't even use is falls off the back, but I think that I'll eventually change the travel mug because I was saying that it was still good, but it kind of isn't. It's a bit leaky, so yeah, I might change it, but it's fine that it does this. Like, what's the problem? You know, that's the problem. Yeah. I'll just finish my tea. And then go back to, oh my god, no, it's here. The hook. Yeah, okay. It's getting to 20 minutes. But that's it, and that's enough. Thank you for being here, all of you, and you, homie, and I'll be back. That's a threat. Bye bye.